What is up, people on the internet? It is I, Michael Shockman, here with the next episode of The Operative. No one lives forever. Haha! Oh man, this is gonna be so much fun. I've had such a great couple of days. A little bit of a breakdown. Finally got a chance to run the first session and first adventure of a labor of love, a project I've been working on, developing for a campaign for a while. Something in a world that I've loved and have just adored for decades. No joke, just actual decades. And everybody loved it. They couldn't stop. They didn't want to stop playing. We ended up playing for like 7 hours yesterday, and everyone's looking forward, including myself, to the next session, which will be next week. So that's great. And I also got some good sleep. I got like 10 hours of sleep last night after that, so I'm really feeling good. Wanted to get a recording session in today. So yeah, that's all good. Really quick before we get started, if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor really quick, as per usual, just take a second. Please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this video out to all your friends, and make sure to hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. Also, if you want to check me out from a distance, you can check me out on Twitter at DMShockman, and if you want to support the channel financially, you can do so on Patreon at patreon.com/DMShockman. Just keep in mind that all of the funds that come from Patreon go to supporting and funding my continued work and production of new and better content for you guys. Thank you so much. Without any further ado, and with that out of the way, let's dive into today's episode of the Operative. No One Lives Forever. Here we go.
Welcome to Advanced Field Tactics. We've a new perfume for you. This one's a real scorcher. It's a concentrated acid gas with a jelly base to make it sticky. You definitely don't want to get it on you. Here's a spiffy new device that should make dealing with security cameras less of an ordeal. When fastened to a camera, it generates a still image from the camera's viewpoint that should convince the casual watcher that he's seen an empty room. Attach a camera disabler to this security camera.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Awesome. Alright. Okay.
Riding a motorcycle is easier than you might suspect. To get on, simply walk up and activate it. Hit activate again.
Nice. Oh, this is fun. Nice drive in the country. Very good. Very good. There we go. Nice. Alright. Perfect.
Excellent.
Nice. Well, that was fun. Alright. Cool stuff. It took us 12 minutes, 11 seconds, and 5 milliseconds. Nice.
If Dr. Schenker is indeed being held in this secret underground research facility in North America, it's a safe bet he won't be there for long once Harm figures out what you're up to. The first step is to identify and detain the American Railways conspirator so that we can interrogate him. You will then need to locate the hidden entrance to the facility, find Dr. Schenker, and get him out alive. Without him, we're doomed.
Okay. Alright, we have a bunch of things. Get inside the train. Contact the Unity agent. Apprehend Harm agent. Retreat to the caboose and disconnect it. Locate the entrance to the underground laboratory. Locate Dr. Schenker and escape the facility with Dr. Schenker. Okay, so basically, most of this is going on the train. Getting to the train, going on the train. The rest of which is going to be inside of the facility, which means that this is probably going to be like a 3 or 4 scene, 2 to 4 scene mission. So not a bad thing. Here we go. Select our stuff. We've got the Gordon SMG, the Shepherd. We're actually going to take off the Shepherd and we are going to put on the brawn, because I prefer the brawn. We're actually going to take off the timed explosives, and we are going to use the. Actually, you know what? No, we are going to use the timed explosives. Yeah, that's good. All right. And we got the code breaker, the camera disabler, the sunglasses, and the barrette, which ain't bad. Alright, we're actually going to take off the barrette, and we're going to put on the belt buckle, and then we're going to get going. Here we go. Good stuff.
Have you seen anything suspicious?
Like what?
There's a spy aboard this train.
Are you sure?
I am.
How do you know?
I have my sources.
That doesn't really answer my question.
Let's just say I heard it from a little birdie that someone's been poking around, nosing for information about our obliging engineer friend.
Oh.
We don't want that information falling into the wrong hands, do we?
Well, I haven't seen any spies.
If you do, let me know. We don't tolerate spies.
I'll keep an eye out.
See that you do.
Moron.
Did you say something?
What?
I could have sworn I just heard you call me a Mormon.
Why would I call you a Mormon?
You there!
Folks. There we go. Not the right way to go. Alright.
Is it just you, or is it hot in here?
Either way, I think you need a cold shower.
Kind of half-wit comes up with these code phrases anyway.
I know what you mean. What do you have for me?
Looks like the assistant engineer has been acting alone. The crew compartments are all the way at the front of the train. We should be able to find him there, since his shift doesn't start for another half hour.
Perfect.
Now we need to go back to the other side of things. Lots of door opening and closing of doors.
Who are you? No! Please! Don't hurt me!
That should keep you out of trouble for a spell.
There we go. Nice. There we go. Awesome.
Is that a caboose?
Yup.
What do you think it's doing out here?
Not sure.
Should we report it?
Probably.
Maybe we should check it out first.
Okay.
Stuff. Please remove these boards by next Tuesday so the executive director's private coach will be able to enter the secret base. Thanks. There we go. Alright. One second, guys.
Something over there. It's kind of funny playing this in Washington State because I live in Washington State. It's kind of funny. Dumont lumber.
was the girl? I don't know. Then what use are you?
Big gun, nice. Let's get on the bike. Germans in America, and where are the German goons in America? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but not really. Get on my motorbike! Come on. Go. Alright, so rescue attempt number 3.
Stay alert. There's been some trouble upstairs.
What kind of trouble?
Spy trouble.
How do you know?
That's just what they told me.
I'd like to see a spy try to get in here.
Well, make sure you're ready just in case one does.
Alright, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to go and have some lunch really quick. I was kind of peckish and feeling kind of punky, so without any further ado, we're going to dive right back into things.
Stay alert. There's been some trouble upstairs.
power to this place. Nice. Alright, let's go back up here. Good. Good stuff.
It is now. Anybody there?
You can't expect the solution to react without a catalyst.
Come on. Come on, lower and lower and lower.
Give yourself up!
Who's there?
Nice.
Mein Gott in Himmel! You're alive?
More or less.
But I saw you fall out of the plane without a parachute.
Oh, that. Well, someone loaned me one on the way down. Very generous of him. Anyway, I thought I'd drop by and see if you'd like to get out of here.
I would indeed. If I had known I'd end up in a place like this, I never would have left Berlin. But I suppose that was part of the plan.
What do you mean?
It seems we have been carefully manipulated by Harm all along. My decision to defect and your organization's decision to aid me were part of an intricate scheme. I have overheard my captors discussing the matter. Harm wanted my research, but they didn't want to draw attention to themselves in order to get it.
So they let us do the dirty work.
Precisely. I was approached by one of their agents, who filled my head with tantalizing stories of the West and the freedom I would find there should I defect. He took care of the arrangements, knowing full well that I would end up here.
Ingenious. Their only mistake was to underestimate us.
Alright.
It's no good. They've cut us off.
We can go through the atmospheric reconditioner.
Come on.
This way, through these doors.
Got him. Alright, perfect. Nice.
Although the rescue of Dr. Schenker was absolutely imperative if Unity were to have even the merest hope of victory, it comes at a grievous cost. There is much still to accomplish, but very little time in which to do so.
Alright. Abort to advance field tactics. A stern warning. 9:02 a.m., September 24th. Residents of Leicester Cheams, Shilling, England.
This morning at exactly 9:02 a.m., there was an explosion of unknown origin in the town of Shilling, England.
That's where the Baroness grew up.
Well, case closed. Arrest her immediately.
Scoffle, you please.
The source of this blast was a banker by the name of Leicester Cheams. Casualties are estimated at over 1,300 innocent people. Their blood is on the hands of the agency responsible for kidnapping Dr. Otto Schenker from us. Until he is returned to the facility from which he was abducted, we shall continue to mete out similar punishments every 48 hours. That is all.
Those figures are correct, by the way.
1,300 people.
I suppose we can assume Harm is capable of delivering on its threats.
Indeed, which means we have exactly 2 days to complete our objectives.
Can we have records and research find out if this Lester Cheems ever knew Felicity Farnsworth?
I suppose, although I can't see that it will prove anything.
You never know.
Well, I, for one, am reticent to implicate a respected public figure on the basis of mere coincidence.
You call it coincidence. I call it circumstantial evidence.
Knowing the victim of a crime hardly qualifies as circumstantial evidence.
That depends on the victim, the crime, and the circumstances, doesn't it?
Enough of this bickering. Send in Dr. Schenker, if you please. Ah, here you are. Thank you for joining us, Doctor. I hope your accommodations are adequate.
Exceptional, thank you. Hello again, Miss Archer.
Hello, Doctor.
I'm sorry there wasn't time to brief you sooner, but I imagine you've already heard about this morning's disaster.
I have.
Then I'm sure you can understand the need for alacrity in devising a plan of action. Harm has promised another attack within the next 48 hours unless we hand you over, which imposes a rather daunting deadline.
How can I help?
We need to know who Harm has infected with the reagent, and we need the antidote.
Unfortunately, I cannot help you with the first problem. I was never told how the reagent was being used or on whom. I'm afraid it would not make much difference, even if I had. I'm terrible with names, you see.
What about the antidote?
Ah, yes, that is also a problem. You see, the antidote is highly unstable, and can therefore only be produced in a zero-gravity environment.
You mean outer space?
Quite so.
So in other words, Harm was lying about having the antidote.
Not true. They do have it.
So they stole it?
They developed it.
But how's that possible?
Harm has its own space program.
That's preposterous.
Not necessarily. A few weeks ago, the U.S. branch reported an unscheduled rocket launch from a small tropical island off the coast of Mandaru.
Are you sure it wasn't the Soviets?
It's certainly possible, although we have plenty of spies in the Soviet Union and none could confirm a launch.
This is starting to sound like circumstantial evidence, Mr. Smith.
Agreed, but it's the only lead we have. If it is Harm, I certainly can't explain where the funding and materials are coming from. Maybe the Soviets are involved.
At the moment, all that matters is that we get our hands on that antidote.
Very well. Archer, your job will be to locate and infiltrate the launch facility and recover a sufficient quantity of the antidote for our purposes.
Assuming this is even the right place.
Yes.
Understood.
We'll give you a radio frequency to use in case you need to contact us. Your code name will be Fox Hunt. Ours is Foxhound.
Did Bruno tell you that story?
Yes, he did.
What story?
When Archer was a girl, her father took her on a fox hunt. The fox got away.
Fascinating, but I fail to see the relevance.
In her other occupation, Archer was known as the Fox. As Bruno told it, you were so impressed with the fox's escape from such a dire predicament, you adopted it as a personal symbol. Is that right?
Something like that.
That sort of resourcefulness would certainly serve us well right about now.
What an amusing anecdote. Shall we take turns telling stories? Or shall we get back to the mission at hand?
Shut the fuck up.
When do I
Smith.
leave?
As soon as possible.
Let's just hope I find myself in harm's way, if you take my meaning.
If we're wrong about this, there will be hell to pay. Good luck, Archer. We're counting on you.
Alright, guys. This has been so much fun. But the next section of things is going to have to wait until next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have enjoyed. I'm Michael Shockman. I've been your host and commentator. And remember, as always, keep it real, keep it safe, keep it healthy. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.